Okay guys, so here's my review, Ford here from Ford's Tool Reviews. Today we're going to be talking, there's loud robins, it's spring, there's nothing I can do about that. This is the Ryobi Dual Chemistry in-vehicle charger. Charges all 18 Oneplus batteries. A little bit of backstory with this battery charger. I bought this, I believe, after Christmas. And the reason I've waited so long to do a video is because the most of the time that I'm going to be using this tool is in spring. I actually used it a couple of times when I had my Ryobi I think it was a P60 chainsaw. Hold on a second. I might have to move this table here in a minute. Somebody's getting ready to come into the garage here in a few minutes, but into the shop in the next couple minutes. But there's the logo. You have a neutral, positive, negative. This, I don't know if this will support the fast charging. I do know that the newer prong batteries will work with this charger. Sorry if my angle holding this thing is really bad. So it houses a 3-foot cable. Now you might be wondering, well, you're not inside of a vehicle. How are you powering this? I'm powering this off of a battery pack. So, a jumper pack. Because I don't necessarily feel like doing a video yet in my own work vehicle. I still haven't done my reveal of the old work vehicle, and I don't feel comfortable doing a reveal of the new one yet. So that's why we're doing this in the garage. So, says it will charge any Ryobi Oneplus battery in English and Spanish. Obviously, you guys know how these Ryobi battery chargers work. Especially on this particular battery charger, it's very important to watch out for where the water is. Water gets into vehicles' floor mats all the time. Sorry, I can't hold this thing still. The other videos I'm doing this on my phone. So, the model number for this is P131. Risk of electric shock, dry indoor use. When they say dry indoor use only, what they actually mean is use in the vehicle. 4 1/8 inch for mounting, or 105 millimeters. I find it laughable that they actually will put mounting holes on this side and this side, because the other battery chargers will get them across. I don't understand why anybody would mount this to the inside of their vehicle, unless of course you had like a sheet metal work van and a long extension cord. Then maybe you might. They actually do sell on Amazon an adapter for these 12 volt plugs that you can use on a 120 volt outlet, which I think if you really needed to, you could use that. This does take a fuse. I'm not sure what kind. I'm pretty sure it's a heavy duty fuse. I'm not going to take this off to find out until it needs to be changed. You got some nice texturing on the grip where you would plug it in. It is one solid piece, so there is no screw and nut that you have to worry about in this little slot right here. 3-foot cable. Obviously, I mean, you're not going to really need that much more length unless you are charging it out on your truck's bed. If you drive a pickup truck, which by the way, I guess Ryobi figured out that most people were going to be driving like Rams, Ford Super Duties, Toyota Tundras, Tacos, Rangers, Colorados, Silverados, GMC, hard bodies, those kinds of trucks. But I'm going to plug this into my mock setup, which is a jump pack, and I'm going to be charging this 1 volt, this 18 Oneplus 1.3 amp hour battery off of this charger. Now you'll notice a couple things, and I'm going to be quiet while this does this. Like I said before, this does have the advanced battery charging, but I've got an older model battery here that you've seen in many different episodes of Ryobi Tool reviews. So, is there anything else? You got the rubber feet, risk of warning, electric shock. It's definitely advisable to, just as a side note, me personally, I would keep a couple of extra fuses for your cigarette lighters and power ports so that you can continue to use the tool. Without further ado, I'm going to shut up and plug this in and let you guys hear. You might hear it, you might not. There's a little bit of a whining sound. Now, my battery is fully charged and I tried to run it down. I don't really happen to have any impact bits right now. I don't have any lumber that I can use. I don't have any wood screws, which are really good at wearing these batteries down on power. Would I say these are handy in a truck? Well, absolutely. Kind of give you guys a little bit of a close-up here. And take a picture in the video so you can get a close-up. Even more than you already did. And it's really not that bad. Now, I will say that there are some times where this might cause problems for an alternator, so definitely want to use this without the vehicle running, and you definitely want to have a jumper pack or possibly a charging cable nearby you. Obviously, the same rules apply on the charger as they do on the battery for a lot of reasons. Now, the one thing I did not mention, the venting, they did a very good job with actually opening the sides of the charger as well as the front and the top. And I think they did that because the vehicle that you're going to be placing this in is going to be much hotter than, say, your inside of your shop where you have air conditioning, unless you have air conditioning running in your truck or van or whatever you're hauling your tools and wood and whatever you're working with, sheet metal. It's pretty good. I mean, I've had no issues with this. I've not had any burned cables. I've not had any real significant issues. One thing I will say is it's definitely advisable to let the batteries cool down quite a bit longer. My original reason for buying this is I actually was going to do another review on a separate tool, which was the Ryobi 10-inch chainsaw. And I got one, and I'm just going to spare you the details of why you probably should get the one with the larger bar. Because what I was doing was way too much for that chainsaw to handle. All in all, I'm pretty happy with this. I use this battery charger to charge my batteries in my work vehicle for weed eaters. I don't happen to have their 18-volt lawnmower, though. Leaf blowers, weed eaters, impact drivers, saws, whatever tool you can possibly, lights, whatever you can possibly think of. So to finish this and conclude this review, what would I give this product? Well, one thing is it will not be able to charge overheated batteries like the other one. It's not good for the vehicle's battery that you're using. It is convenient, and if especially you drive a single cab truck, like say an old Ranger or a old F-150 or something where you're hauling your lumber around in the bed and you're hauling your tools and you need to charge your batteries on the go, this is a good way to do that. Or a Chevy Silverado, it doesn't really matter what kind of battery. Sorry about the bad camera angle. It doesn't really matter what the battery is size-wise. The only thing also that I would say is if it's on the same circuit, I would not recommend using your heated seats when charging your batteries. I was using heated seats for a while that did not come equipped in my vehicle and actually could have possibly seriously damaged this if I had kept going with it. It's not an advisable thing to do. It's just best to charge it and just let it charge and then switch over, because you're pulling a lot of current from the battery. That also may have to do with the battery being dry of water. Sorry about the bad camera angle again, guys. So, does the product work? Yes. Is this worth 40 to 50 bucks? It's going to depend on what you're doing, how much heat stress that you're putting onto the batteries themselves, and it's also going to come down to how much gas is in your gas tank. With what's going on right now with soaring gas prices, in hindsight, it really doesn't make any sense to charge batteries off of the alternator of a car. Would I pick this over a standard fast charger? No. But this is a great thing, especially if you're in a remote location. And to be quite honest with you, I looked up a few different YouTube videos, and no offense to the content creators, but they weren't really going in depth of just how versatile this actually is. You can buy cords that go past 3 feet on Amazon for cheap. And these things will extend all the way to the bed. Or you can lengthen the wire the old-fashioned way and void the warranty. But it definitely makes it a lot more diverse with how you can use the product. And if I were to say, would I buy this again and recommend this to a friend? Absolutely. Because, like I said before, this is a tool that I wish that I had way back when I was doing carpentry as a starter. And this thing is it, man. It's also perfect for people who don't have electrical units on a job site. Say that the electricians, you're doing a framing for a new house. Well, you're not going to have electrical power, but you do have work trucks nearby you that you're going to be working out of. So anyway, guys, that's my review of the Ryobi P131 dual in-vehicle charger. I keep trying to say dual chemistry, but I'm trying not to. And it's pretty good. Thank you all for watching. Have a nice day, and keep on building.